perché noi lavoro con Sibas e Superyacht Life, associazione per il shipyards, eccetera, eccetera. No. Bravissimi. E bisogna queste cose perché superyachting è un niche inside a niche, è piccolissimo. Ma anche lo ricordo sempre parlare con il shipyard e noi, come esperienza di cliente, perché la nostra ricerca, tutti con gli altri high net worth individual, e l'esperienza di ownership, di possessione è bruttissimo, perché l'ecosistema e tutte altre cose. Adesso non voglio comprare un nuovo, tutto voi charter, ma io non funzionato così, perché per charter bisogna prima un proprietario, così aspettiamo tutti per Four Seasons, Regent, eccetera, eccetera, per entrare con il mega yacht, perché anche, non lo so, ok, sì, oh, ok, sì, caccia di tesoro, questo,
Esatto.
sì. Benvenuto in Italia. Benvenuto in Italia. 20 minuti in ritardo, ma
Normalità.
sì. Phil. Il sindaco.
Buongiorno a tutti, questo è il secondo giorno del nostro Blue Design Summit. Invito il sindaco Peracchini, il sindaco di La Spezia, a raggiungerci sul palco per un saluto.
Grazie, buongiorno. Solo un breve saluto per ringraziarvi di essere qui oggi. Noi, come sapete, abbiamo voluto la Blue Design Summit già dall'anno scorso perché riteniamo strategico fare squadra tra tutti gli attori principali del settore della Blue Economy, in particolare di questo settore. Per noi è fondamentale confrontarci, approfondire, studiare e soprattutto far dialogare i vari professionisti e l'università con il mondo dei super yacht, mega yacht e non solo, perché avete visto il titolo di quest'anno è proprio legato a tutto quello che sta sopra l'acqua o vicino l'acqua. Noi non siamo abituati a scrivere parole sull'acqua perché se ne vanno, ma a fare progetti concreti. È la nostra storia, è una storia importante, è una storia millenaria, ma è una storia che ha un grande futuro. Insieme a voi possiamo veramente scrivere altre pagine importanti a 360 gradi, perché non sono solo importante quello che stiamo facendo per gli oltre 16.000 occupati, le oltre 3.000 aziende che lavorano in questo settore nel nostro miglio blu, ma è importante perché tocca tutti i settori economici, il miglio blu e la blue economy, con una grande crescita di fatturato, di innovazione, di sostenibilità e di tecnologia. Quindi è importante perché noi siamo convinti che questo settore è uno dei pochi che può ancora oggi dirsi Made in Italy veramente al 100% e con orgoglio dobbiamo portare avanti, sviluppare, migliorare, essere sempre più leader nel mondo. Quindi io vi ringrazio, vi auguro buon lavoro e a presto.
Grazie al sindaco e adesso si entra nella giornata con il professor Phil Klaus. Ah, mi ha preso alle spalle.
Aspettiamo per la presentazione. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? Everyone fine? Che entusiasmo, come on. There you go. I'm delighted to be here today, and I can be, according to the organizer, my usual provocative self. Because normally, as academics or scientists, we have a reputation that we tell you things that you already know in a language you can hardly understand. Today we want to turn this around a little bit, and I'm delighted to hear that during yesterday's program there was already our research resonated in most of the conversations. So instead of now rephrasing what we already know, I take the opportunity to give us a look ahead in the future, what's coming next. So today we're going to talk about, there you go. We talk about the agenda, and the agenda will be very easy. First, a brief introduction, so you know with whom you're dealing with or not. Here we go again. Oh! Did you have a Scottish speaker before? No. Okay. We are not. Okay, this is not working. Technical difficulties. So I guide you anyway through the agenda because this is not working. Okay, brief introduction, then we talk about the challenges and opportunities that Nautica is facing, and then we introduce some of our work, so you can see insights and action that relates to it, leading to some key takeaways. What does it mean for Nautica and the industry that we all love and we all admire? But we all also know that Nautica faces challenges. A little bit about myself, not too much, so we go straight to it. I'm a professor of customer experience strategy and management at the International University of Monaco. That's Monaco Montecarlo. Living here for 14 years, and with my accent, people always think Monaco, Germany. No, it's Monaco Montecarlo. I've been seen as one of the leading customer experience strategists and luxury strategists worldwide. In marketing, we say perceptions are reality, so I won't judge that, I just take it. Something that's more quantifiable are my credentials as a scientist. According to Stanford University ranking, I'm one of the top world scientists in my field for the last 6 years and probably for the next 6 years coming. And what else do? I'm considered the foremost authority on ultra-high net worth individuals. We work in an industry, the entire region depends upon an industry that depends upon the ultra-high net worth individuals. So we need to understand what makes them tick, what matters most to them. And I know we should be humble, we should be modest, but let's be quite honest, there's no one in the globe who knows more what matters most to the ultra-high net worth individual than I do. Conversation with over 400 of them, lots of data, interesting points. If you want to know what makes them tick, you come to the right place. I'm also the co-founder of Lexton Lux. Lexton Lux is a consultancy company that converts my research and insights into actions. So you can use it in your business to become more profitable and everything you need with that. I'm the chairman of a Customer Experience Institute, which has the function to look into the future. So industries such as the Superyacht Association ask us, what are the future business models? How can we change our approaches? And this is what we are working on. Which leads me to my last part. You see I'm wearing a lot of hats, that I'm a strategic advisor for blue chip companies. So I advise companies on how to improve their strategy and improve their profitability. Now in terms of what we all came here for, let's take a look at mega trends. These are trends that we see all over the globe that are influencing the industry. One of these trends is clearly that we have a new generation of clients. In particular in the superyacht industry, we see that clients are, forgive me, pretty much dying away. Meaning the clients that you currently have are in an age where they probably will not buy a next superyacht. And the question is, will their daughters, their sons, will their grandsons be buying a superyacht, yes or no? What is different about them? Do they look at things differently? What is their shift in value? And one value shift we can clearly see is that they move what we call from aspirational towards social values. So it's almost like conspicuous versus conscious consumption. You know what conspicuous means? Anyone? Conspicuous? It means showing off. Conscious is the opposite way. It's being very laid back, stealth wealth, and everything that comes with it. And one thing is clear, while this new generation of people who are exposed to the yachting lifestyle love Nautica, they hate ownership. So they say, I love the sea, I want to be on the sea, but I cannot be dealt with all the pain that comes with yacht ownership. You all know the famous saying, there are only 2 days where an owner is happy in his life. The day they buy, the day they sell. Blue mind. Have you heard the term blue mind yet? Anyone familiar with it? Blue mind? It's research that highlights people that are in the sea, in the water, close to the water, become more relaxed, more open-minded. It's better for their lifestyle and everything that comes with it. It goes very much into the mindful settingness. And more people use it also as therapy. So we are in a great business because the blue mind is the center of what we have. And it creates what we believe is an emotional connection. Trust me, I was born and raised in Germany. So I'm a gentleman who loves the mountains, who loves the forest. While my kids were born and raised on the Riviera Ponente. So they are like fish, quasi pesce. Sempre in mare, etc., etc. So completely different. So the admiration is differently. But the new generation also has higher and different expectations of what they think we should provide. So the thing that we thought is now the, that makes us attractive to our existing client is not necessarily the one that makes us attractive for the next generation of clients. So the question is, are you taking care of them? Do you keep them in mind? And one thing we also would like to highlight is a trend that we highlighted during our last Ultra High Net Worth Individual Summit in Monte Carlo, which is slow yachting. You all know slow movement, slow food, slow tourism, slow cities, and we introduced slow yachting, which is an opportunity for a lot of people to just relax, calm, experience yachting in a different way, which is also a great opportunity by introducing that to work a little bit against the perception that we have in general, which is often not favorable in our industry, to be quite honest. Make sense? Okay. Now, let's talk about the $1 trillion shift. I love to talk about this because this is one thing that we always talk in the super yacht industry. It's like, what are our current clients? What are our future clients? What do we mean by the $1 trillion shift? We mean by that by 2030, today is 2025, in 5 years down the line, we have the largest shift of wealth from one generation to the other. The largest shift of wealth inheritance from one generation to the other. And what does it mean? Just an example. Millennials today will hold in 5 years 5 times the wealth. Let that sink in. 5 times the wealth. Now think about your clients. Are they millennials? Most likely not. Do you take care of them? Do you already communicate with them? Do you engage with them? Do you know what they want? And often I hear people sitting in, or I can see on your body language, no, not really. And the question is, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for 2030? You cannot wait. You need to engage them now because the clock is literally ticking for that. Needs and wants of the next generation. Our latest research is looking at the next generation of ultra high net worth individuals, the 20, the 30, the 40-year-olds. Do they have different perceptions? Do they value different things? Do they react to the same messages? Can we engage them in the same way? And if not, what do we need to change? So let's take a glimpse into the future about what this new generation actually wants. And we always go from the same principle. Remember, I'm a scientist, so I base everything on evidence. It's not about opinion, it's not what we like, what we dislike. I present facts. And having facts, the power of my message, my master is the truth. I have nothing to sell here. So when we look at this, we convert this then in insights and in action. Like I mentioned for Lexton Lux, this is why we built this company, to help you. Because one thing is clear, the next generation, they don't want to own a super yacht, but they want to experience being on a yacht. Why don't they want to own a super yacht? Because they've seen their parents and grandparents and the pain that comes with it. And it is pain and headache. Remember the best example always a friend gave to me? He said, look, Phil, it's like running a company. This is what owning a super yacht is. Think about it. You have your captain, you have your crew, maintenance, yacht management, marinas, everything that comes with it. And you enjoy it for how many weeks a year? 3, 4? But you get 52 weeks of pain? They're like, no, this is not okay. I rather charter. And chartering is what the new generation wants. You want to experience, you want to use, you want to be flexible. And one of the interviewees tried to explain to me what the difference is between owning a yacht and chartering a yacht. He said, Professor, it's like owning a yacht is marriage. It's long, it's treacherous, ups and downs, constant work. And I said, okay, and what's chartering? Chartering is you meet a nice, good-looking lady, you spend the night together, and next morning you go your separate ways. No strings attached. I'm like, okay, I guess we understand what he means. The new generation also has a low zone of tolerance. I mean, you guys know how quickly you went from this generation Facebook, you're TikTok, you know, so I separated you, not because of that, you know, but it's clearly that we have a different kind of attention span. Also, this generation over here, I include myself, we have brand loyalty. They don't deliver, you go somewhere else. You cannot be bothered. So again, different approaches, different ways of looking at things, different ways to do of it. The new generation also looks for a power of purpose, but the purpose is based on something else. We work with a company that does a lot of data, and we help them with making sense of the data. When we look at, let's say, philanthropy, the older generation wants to have a business school with their name on it. The new generation wants to help people without being known. See the difference? Completely different approach, different communication. These values are different. What they are looking for is authenticity. And authenticity, they judge not what you say you do, but what you are bringing to it. Because for them, it's very important, they want to belong. Especially the young, very high net worth individuals and ultra high net worth individuals, they need a community to come together. They need like-minded people, which they do not have. And they are obsessed with having these communities together. But let's be quite honest, we are not very good in Nautica in building communities. People are better at it. So we need to facilitate that in a much better way. Because at the end of the day, what we want is to create memorable experiences. Because even superyacht owners who go through all of them, and they tell me about their pain, I said, why are you still having one? And they said, yeah, the moment, Professor, I remember when my son and I had our first swim together in the ocean, in the middle of nowhere. That was something I will never forget. And for this, it was worthwhile. But while that works with the older generation, the new generation can say, for this investment, I cannot be bothered. So we need to look at things differently. Because for you guys, time is the #1 currency. That's why we shift from Facebook to TikTok. Your attention span gets shorter and shorter. You're in, out, in, out, in, out. We learned like this, and then we went deep. We read books. We read history. You guys, God bless you. And ancora. Salute. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. It has actually. But I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. Yeah. So the interesting part is for you guys, time. Time is priceless. Why? Because you cannot be bothered. You want to experience it all. And if somebody wasting your time, you're out. And let's be quite honest, yacht ownership is normally not connected with saving time, just least. Some practice insights from what we are doing. We have to see Nautica as an ecosystem. We see it always in insulation. We say it's our industry. This is what we want. I remember back in the days when we started our research, I asked a marketing manager from actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's a company that's located in this area. What about the client experience? And he replied, client experience, we sell boats. I said, yeah. Clearly not understanding. We have this motion from sea to land to air. When you look today at marinas, what are they? They are parking lots for yachts. That's it. You park and then you try to weigh around. The future will be completely different. The future will create an ecosystem where you come into your marina and you go immediately into your home where you can go your private aviation. It's going to be an ecosystem that doesn't stop. It's going to be seamless. It's almost like getting with a yacht into your living room. This is the future. Because this parking, going somewhere else is not going to work. So we need to integrate it and we need to plan it accordingly. We cannot say, oh, we are a little piece of it, let's just think about our piece. We need to work on how do we fit into the lifestyle of a client rather than how do I sell my products. Because if it doesn't fit, they will not consider your products. So we need to look at examples, what we always call one-stop shopping. This is what they want. The most conversations we have today in the yachting industry with Lex and Lux are people who tell us, can you help us with post-purchase? Can you help us with one-stop shopping? Because they know from other industries, wherever you go. Think car manufacturers. Back in the day, there were car manufacturers, nothing else. Then they started with financing. Then they started with insurance solution. Now it's from cradle to grave, they take care of everything. And we love it because one-stop shopping. And remember, time is your currency, so we need to provide one-stop shopping. Most people in the superyacht industry are clearly not there because it's resources and capabilities missing. But we help them to get there because this is what the client wants. And if somebody else comes from somewhere else, such as Four Seasons, and offers one-stop shopping from sea to land and air, they will stick with them. They will not think about you. Because one thing you also have to realize, you might think you're in the business of selling boats. You're in the tourism business. People buy boats for vacation, leisure time, not for possessions, in particular the next generation. So there needs to be a little bit of a wake-up call so we do things different. Use of AI. There was a conference, Filippo, you put it together, and that was last year, correct? Where people talked about AI. And when I saw the agenda, Filippo was kind enough to share the agenda with me the first time, I saw AI application, boat, electronics, crew. And I said, what about the client? There was not a single piece for the client. Where AI can be used in superyachting is to the benefit of the client, not to the benefit of the boat. That's just a byproduct. But the client needs to see it and experience it. Make sense? And this is why we built Lex and Lux, to help you guys to move from guessing to research, insights, and actions. And that means that you use our knowledge in order to become more attuned with the generation that will come. Because the generation that you're currently serving is literally on the expiration date, scaduto. And this is how you deliver the perfect Nautica experience. For those of you who are interested in, you can scan the QR code, it will lead you to a better description. It's what we call at Lex and Lux the MEPA framework. This is what matters most to the ultra-high net worth individuals. It is based upon, number one, managing expectations. And let's be quite honest, according to over 350 conversations I had with ultra-high net worth individuals, we are very poor at managing expectations. We promise, we overpromise, and we underdeliver, regrettably. And by starting from there, it shouldn't be a surprise that extraordinary experiences are outweighed by negative experiences. The thing that was discussed also yesterday, post-purchase experience. In Nautica, we have a tendency to get the money and get the hell out to the next client. This is not how it works, because I, as a client, and I can tell you from all the conversations I have, they feel abandoned, especially first-time owners. So there needs to be a different thing, such as using first time, one time, complete one-stop shopping. So when we achieve then the time savings by focusing on the post-purchase, having one-stop shopping so they can all do it together, people will then have the time, the mind space to experience it in a way that this will outweigh what we still deliver. So, thank you for your attention.